Welcome in now Cassandra, who lives in Pennsylvania. She received SNAP as she is losing her benefits starting tomorrow, like so many. Cassandra, appreciate you making the time and being here and talking about this. Tell me more about your situation and how worried are you about SNAP benefits running out tomorrow?
Yeah, thank you for having me. So we're a family with a member who's disabled. We have a 2-year-old child. We are on Medicaid and disability and SNAP. We're worried. Um, we were lucky enough to be able to put a safety net in place for ourselves because of our budgeting. Um, but to go a month, especially a month with a Thanksgiving holiday in it, and not know where our food is going to come from in 2 weeks' time is a little scary.
Yeah, I see you smiling, despite talking about something that's really hard. I really understand this.
It's hard.
I grew up with a sibling with profound disabilities, and there was already the underlying stress of navigating that, let alone wondering about food and wondering about Thanksgiving. What worries you the most? What's keeping you up at night?
I, honestly, being able to make sure that by the end of the month, when usually we have the safety net of SNAP in place, being worried that there's going to be a week, 2 weeks at the end of the month where we don't know where our meal is coming from unless we're lucky enough to have our food banks still have enough food for everybody who needs it.
Yeah, that's really hard. And you know, we just heard from News Nation's Kelly Meyer aboard Air Force One with the president, asking him about the SNAP benefits set to expire tomorrow. She talked about how some folks are considering putting out canned goods for trick-or-treaters instead. And she asked the president, could you move funds around like you did for the military? The president responding by blaming Democrats. What is your message to the president as you're trying to figure out how to feed your family this month?
I would really enjoy if he could stop using the American citizens as political tools. The political theater that I've been watching this last year, not with just with SNAP, but with Medicaid also, it feels like psychological abuse. I'm not going to lie. I would like it to end. We all deserve food and healthcare, and we all deserve to know that our basic needs aren't hanging in the balance every day.
We see many states declaring emergencies over SNAP funding running out. They're trying to allocate millions of dollars to offset the lapse of federal benefits. They say they know it is a fraction of what will be needed. Let's listen together. This is some of what we're hearing from governors and officials around the country right now.
Yesterday, I announced the state will provide interim support for Iowa's food banks and pantries if the SNAP benefits end as expected.
We are gathered here from across the region because we will never back down from fulfilling the promise of the America our cities have fought to create. In our city, food isn't a bargaining chip, it's a human right.
360,000 Connecticut residents. I'm glad to see that the governor has put some money towards this effort. I think we all can agree that there's a lot more that needs to be done.
We are responding to the federal government's dereliction of its duty by declaring a state of emergency inside the state of Maryland. And I will use all powers vested upon me as the governor of the state of Maryland and immediately use my emergency authority as governor to surge $10 million to food banks and to food bank partners all across the state of Maryland.
This is all bad. There's no way to sugarcoat this. What is being unleashed on our people, not just here, but across the entire country.
So I know you're in Pennsylvania, and so many states are trying to provide support. They know it's not going to be enough. Are you confident that you're going to have what you need, especially in November and leading into Thanksgiving?
I will say confident, yes, but only because I am lucky enough, privileged enough to have a support network in place. If we need things, we have family, we have friends. I'm lucky enough to have an online community, people who are always willing to help me. I'm confident that we'll be okay, but the thought of millions of other Americans not having that same safety net is honestly the thing that just hits me the most.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.